sacred practices of the Yogis, inner alchemy and the Templars. Zoran's opening reflections. Greetings once again, fellow seekers, as we soar deeper into the mysteries of the Templar spiritual evolution. We come to a fascinating chapter of their journey, the sacred practices of inner alchemy they encountered in the East. You see, the Templars did not just encounter new philosophies on their travels. They absorbed practical, transformative techniques from the ancient yogic tradition, methods that would shape their understanding of spiritual power. The Templars, those knights of both the sword and the spirit, discovered that true mastery lay not in external conquests, but in the mastery of their own energy. From the Yogis, they learned the art of inner alchemy, transforming the body, mind, and spirit through disciplined practices. Today, I, Zoran the Dragon, will take you through these sacred practices, revealing how the Templars incorporated meditation, breathwork, Kundalini energy, and sacred sound into their quest for spiritual enlightenment. The Yoga of the Templars, meditation and breathwork. The Templars' introduction to meditation and breathwork was a profound turning point in their spiritual journey. While Christian monastic traditions had long embraced prayer and contemplation, the Eastern approach was different. It focused on deep internal stillness and mastery over the breath, as a way to control the mind and access higher states of consciousness. The Templars were captivated by this notion. Through the teachings of the Yogis, the Templars learned that the mind could be trained like a warrior's sword. Meditation became their tool to sharpen focus, quiet the chaos of battle, and connect with the divine essence within. The practice of dhyana, or meditation, as taught in the East, allowed the Templars to transcend their ordinary senses and reach a state of pure awareness. In these meditative states, they felt a connection to something much greater than themselves, a cosmic intelligence that transcended all earthly boundaries. But meditation alone was not enough. The Templars also adopted pranayama, the control of breath, to refine their internal energy. Breath, they realized, was not just a means of keeping the body alive, it was a conduit for spiritual power. The Yogis taught them that the breath could be used to awaken prana, the life force that flowed through all living things. By practicing pranayama, the Templars learned to regulate their energy, calm their minds, and prepare their bodies for deeper spiritual work. One technique they particularly favored was alternate nostril breathing, or nadi shodhana, which balanced the right and left hemispheres of the brain and harmonized their internal energies. Through the power of breath, the Templars began to feel the subtle flow of energy coursing through their bodies, linking their minds and spirits to the universal current of life. Kundalini rising, the spiritual awakening of the knights. Among the most mysterious and powerful practices the Templars learned was the awakening of Kundalini energy. The Yogis spoke of this as the serpent power, a dormant energy coiled at the base of the spine that, when awakened, rose through the central channels of the body, bringing spiritual awakening, wisdom, and enlightenment. The Templars were warriors by nature, but they discovered that the greatest battle was within. Kundalini was the key to unlocking their inner potential. Through their meditation and breathwork, they began to activate this hidden force, experiencing profound shifts in consciousness. The rising of Kundalini was like the unfurling of a great dragon within, a powerful energy that ascended through their bodies, awakening them to their true spiritual nature. As Kundalini energy moved upward through the body's energy centers, or chakras, which we will explore in detail shortly, the Templars experienced heightened states of awareness. They became aware of the interconnectedness of all things, as if they were no longer separate beings, but part of a vast, living web of cosmic energy. With Kundalini awakened, the Templars realized that the divine was not a distant entity to be worshipped, but a force that dwelled within them, awaiting activation. This process was not without its challenges. Kundalini awakening was a powerful and sometimes overwhelming experience. The energy could be intense, bringing with it waves of emotion, visions, and physical sensations. But for those knights who were prepared and disciplined, the reward was great, an internal alchemy that transformed them into enlightened warriors of both the physical and spiritual realms. The chakras and the Templar spiritual journey. As the Templars explored Kundalini and the internal flow of energy, they learned about the chakras, the body's energy centers that governed both physical and spiritual aspects of existence. The yogis taught them that these chakras were like wheels or lotuses, each one representing a different aspect of life, from survival to enlightenment. The awakening of Kundalini energy involved moving this powerful force through each chakra, purify and activating them as it ascended. The Templars began to understand their spiritual journey in terms of these chakras. The first chakra, the Muladhara or root chakra, was associated with survival and grounding. For the Templars, this was connected to their early role as protectors of pilgrims and guardians of the Holy Land rooted in their earthly mission. But as they progressed in their spiritual journey, they ascended to higher chakras. The Manipura, or solar plexus chakra, represented personal power and warrior spirit. As knights, they already understood the importance of strength and willpower. But the yogic teachings helped them see that true power came from inner mastery, not external dominance. The most significant transformation occurred when the Kundalini energy reached the Ajna, or third eye chakra, and the Sahasrara, or crown chakra. The Ajna was the center of intuition and wisdom. And for the Templars, it was where their deeper spiritual insights blossomed. They experienced visions, prophetic dreams, and a heightened sense of awareness that allowed them to navigate both the battlefield and their inner spiritual landscapes with clarity. Finally, as Kundalini energy reached the Sahasrara at the crown of the head, the Templars experienced oneness with the divine. This was the ultimate goal of their spiritual journey, the realization that they were not separate from God, but expressions of the divine in human form. This union with the divine consciousness was the culmination of their inner alchemy, a state of enlightenment that transcended the limitations of both body and mind. The role of mantras and sacred sound, one of the most powerful tools the Templars adopted from the yogic tradition, was the use of mantras and sacred sound. In the Christian tradition, sacred hymns and chants were already a part of their spiritual life, but the yogis introduced them to the concept of sound as a vibrational force that could transform consciousness. The Templars learned that sound was not just a means of communication, but a manifestation of cosmic energy. Each mantra was like a key, unlocking different levels of consciousness and energy within the individual. The Templars began using specific mantras during their meditation and breathwork practices to help focus their minds and align their energies. The most powerful of these was the sacred syllable Om. The yogis taught them that Om was the primordial sound, the vibration of the universe itself. When the Templars chanted Om, they felt themselves harmonizing with the cosmic energy that permeated all existence. It became a way for them to attune their internal vibrations with the external universe, bringing a sense of unity and peace. They also learned the power of bija mantras, seed syllables associated with the chakras. By chanting these specific sounds, the Templars could activate and balance their energy centers, aiding the process of Kundalini awakening and spiritual transformation. Zoran's closing reflections on the chapter. And so, dear friends, the Templars' journey of inner alchemy continued as they integrated the sacred practices of the yogis into their own spiritual discipline. Meditation, breathwork, Kundalini awakening, and the use of mantras all became tools for their transformation. What they discovered was that true power did not come from the sword, but from the mastery of their own energy. These practices were not simply borrowed from the East, they became an integral part of the Templars' path to enlightenment. Through these sacred techniques, the Templars learned to navigate the inner realms as skillfully as they had once navigated the battlefield. Their quest for inner alchemy allowed them to awaken to the divine within, transforming them from mere warriors into spiritual knights of a higher order. As we continue our journey through the sacred wisdom of the Templars, remember that these practices are not relics of the past, they are available to each of us, here and now, as tools for our own inner awakening. Let us, like the Templars, embark on the path of inner alchemy and discover the divine power that resides within us all. This chapter explores the sacred practices the Templars adopted from the yogis, focusing on meditation, breathwork, Kundalini awakening, the chakras, and the use of mantras. Through Zoran's narration, we see how these practices transformed the Templars from knights bound by dogma to spiritual warriors engaged in the quest for inner truth and enlightenment.